Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in today. It's the Astro Gravitational Report. Looking at into the charts, looking at in this energies lately that we've been having, and especially that the moon is transitioning within Scorpio, within our shadow sign. At the same time, we have a Lilith that it's transitioning between Mars and Venus. If you pay any yesterday's attentions, energies, Mars faced its shadow really, really intense in there. But in the next 2 days, the Lilith is going to be shifting towards Venus, and the same energy is going to be walking within Venus. That's it's going to be triggering the feminine energies of what they have to work out that they have not done, the feminine shadow. But also at the same time, this could be a lot of triggers between the masculine and the feminine energies. And also, we are preparing for a full moon that it's going to be at Sagittarius. That is going to be this expressions, these situations with in the friendshipness. So this full moon could be a little bit more intense, talking about the energies. That is going to be about careful how you express yourselves because that might hurt the friendshipness within you, within yourself. From within you, you're going to have a lot of inner battles first within yourself, but then you're going to bring those battles out. You're going to be making this false energies of wars inside of you towards other people, and that is going to be inner fights between the intuitions and the authority. So be careful with all this because this is a lot of duality within the energies because both Gemini and Sag, they have duality with them. If you use the duality energy, the duality is going to tell you how to maintain the balance. If not, the duality is going to be only one thing, pointing the fingers at each other and nothing soft. So talking about this, Grande, thank you. Thank you for coming in. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit so I can see my chat. So I'm gonna be moving you on a side. If you have any questions, I'm gonna let you know. But right now, I'm gonna bring in the charts up here, and let's see what is it cooking into the stars. What is it cooking in there? All right. So what do we have here? Well, as I said today, the moon there isn't a Scorpio. It's actually on beautiful trines with Neptune and with Venus. That is a very good feminine energies. The feminine energies knows how to deal with it, which is pretty good. There's a lot of emotions probably involved within. There is a lot of things that it's getting in there. On the same time, midheaven it's together with Saturn towards divine energies, towards Mars. If you're following the divine energies, you're following that path of the growth because masculine knows he has to go reach his own destiny. He's got to go reach this power of what he is meant to be. So if the people have a challenges, those going to be these challenges that both Venus and Mars right now they're opposing Pluto, who is still in Aquarius. This is like opposing those revaluations of like what happened into when Pluto was direct in Aquarius. Now you have this review. If using the review, you're going to be seeing the things that are unseen. And this is how shadows and lights and shadow is going to be coming in today. It's preparing you for this moon and the sun, the full moon in there, because things, as you guys know, Sag is the expressions. Sagittarius can express the both the shadows and the light. Depends of what are you going to see. Are you going to see that the shadows are covering the lights, or you're going to shine the lights to see the shadow? Just to CC, yeah, you're a Sag. Hi, CC. Thank you for coming in. Morning, are they over it? Talking about this energies of masculine and the feminine is going to be a very interesting positions, very interesting energies. Because if you following the reports, CC, if you pay attention, we had a Mars in Gemini. That he stayed there for 6 months, learning how to be a friend, first to himself, then towards others. Okay, but right now we are going to have a Venus that's going to be walking within Leo, and she's going to be in retrograde within Leo, and then she's going to be moving again, which is for the masculine, that is a like learning this proper energies from with himself. They are both learned what the family is, which is Mars went into Cancer, Venus went right now. She's still in the Cancer, but she's gonna go to Leo. They both learn what the family, the value of the family is in there. Right now, Mars is going through his clearing his own ego. Venus is gonna follow up with this. So this dance within masculine and feminine energy is not over. Actually, it's not going to be over. Actually, it's going to be rising. If it's done right, it's going to be rising very well around October for it. So yeah, well, people who doesn't know how to explain things, they called weirdo. If he sees your lights the way you are, he maybe is going to be change his mind. But that is a divine masculine rise up to bring it up. And this is a very beautiful when you have supportive partner to understand things that you don't see. You cannot see within your shadow. Okay. But when your partner shine up the light towards you and you just look at, oh, I know what your shadow is. It's a powerful thing. And you got to be thankful if you have supportive partner in there. In there. In the weirdo, I mean at him. Well, if he the one says it's what about the other? You got that point, CC, right? This is what I'm talking about, pointing the fingers, and you just, God bless your soul, CC. Okay. So, talking about these energies at 7 o'clock, that is going to be some, it's been like this, but be mindful about the third. I'm talking about Lilith. Lilith is 1 degree of Leo. She's going to be triggering both, which is Mars, it's at 7 degrees, and Venus, it's 27 degrees of Cancer. So it's going to have these transitions in there. For it, this could be a trigger or something about the feminine energies within the family. It's going to be looking at into to this issues, to these energies in there. So be mindful what you see in the morning, what is the situations are, and so on and so on with that. So later on at 8 o'clock, the ascendant it goes. It's 16 degrees of Cancer. Midheaven is going to be with Neptune. Beautiful visions, very beautiful visions. That is going to be this beautiful feminine love is going to rise up. Okay, we're talking about mother-daughter energies. There's going to be very beautiful this situations. Sensei, be quiet, darling. Thank you. But you got to be very careful with the emotions because Mercury and Uranus, they are opposing this moon. Okay, look at it in there within all this from within itself, because maybe you go against this universe situations, these communications, or what the communications are, or any communications that triggers with this. So, but overall, that is going to be a very beautiful energy at this time. Um, Midheaven with with Neptune, you're actually going to be able to see this beauty with this, because that is the power of transformations. At this time, Midheaven and Neptune, they have no negative aspects. If you see that clarity of these visions, if you see all this, that's great. Basically, you're seeing the darkness and you're suppressing it, this shadow, but because you point out the light, now you're understanding what you're dealing with, and it's like, okay, I understand what I need to do. I have to go and find out my emotions, because the moon represents the emotions in there. But now, since everything is within the water signs, which is emotions, that's what the water is, that's what the water represents. But water is also the healing agent. Also, the water, it is representing this life. Without water, you won't have a life. It is what it is. With all the energies, we won't have a life. If we don't have an earth, how are we going to live? You won't have. If you have no air, how are you going to breathe? If we don't have the warmth, the heat, the fire energies, we won't be sustainable here. So, as you see it, all four energies have to be present in the life. The question is how you using them. And that is what the shadow and the light right now is going to point out. What do you have, what it is, and what it is, the distortions that needs to be cleared out. So at 9 o'clock midheaven, it's going to go to 12 degrees of areas, and our focus is going to be yourself. In there, beautiful energies with Mars. Mars is looking at from within himself. Hey, what's going on with all this? What is going on with all this? So situations, there is a beautiful sextile with the sun, which is the authority. You're taking the authority to take care of your masculine side, your masculine energies inside of you. Um, for it, CC, if I'm a weirdo, you're a weirdo because you understand my weirdness most of the time. I guess my thing here is to understand everyone, not just the weird things. But the thing is, when I'm working on my weird side in me, for it, sometimes I need help, and I'm getting good help in there. But yeah, when you're working with the energies, you actually begin to understand them, begin to accept who they are, and see what the good part it is you actually understanding this. You can point using this weirdness for the right things. That's going to comes within the actions with the people you work with. Okay, their own actions will determine it what side they go. Because sometimes you can talk to people, you can help, you can do, and so on, but the actions are completely different, and you're like, what am I supposed to do? Right? You know how that goes, Cece. I know you see it. I know you're laughing. Come on, it is what it is. All right, Ascendant actually during this time is together with Venus. You're laughing so much that I can even stop smiling. Interruptions with an astrology report from CC. Okay, isn't it good? Laughing is good, smiling is good. The Ascendant actually is with Venus and Lilith at this time. You're actually going to see this rising shadows and light. You're going to be seeing at this because Venus is rising on the horizon, and the Lilith is going to be stay below the horizon at this time, and the ascendant is right between them. They're all going to be opposing Pluto. They're all going to be squaring the Jupiter and the North Node. Usually, those are the times when the feminine energies, they are kind of like a few all this don't care. It's not about this. It is about the family situations. It's getting like this lower feminine energies in there, but the feminine, they have to look at it inside the visions of change, called this. That is a leading to this codependency that can lead to things within the shadow that was hiding, lurking in there. So so yeah, Grande, thank you. I love to distort in a good way, dear. You know that, know the right points to tick off. Yeah, it is what it is, but not you here. Okay, glad. And talking about those energies right now with this, this is going to be in a very good, beautiful way you to see the conflicts, but don't act on the conflicts. Talking about both feminine and masculine, okay? This is the good time that you value in there. But the feminine energies, they can feel like they've been devalued. It's going to be trigger in there. If you feel like devalued, that's what it is about this growth. It's like the square between Venus and Jupiter is always devaluations about the love. And one of those energies are present in there, or between Mars and Jupiter in there, that is a like the growth is not there. It's like you're missing the growth, you're missing the situations, you're missing the things inside of it. And then it's like looking at within those energies triggers things. But the way that right now is, since Venus, it is trining Neptune, and Neptune sextiling Pluto there, that energy is beautiful because he's looking at through the issues, not just doing things. So within you, you maybe work with both feminine and the masculine energies. You see your emotions, emotional sides, emotional wounds, and then you look at it, your masculine energies like, okay, I need to take care of this. But it's the same time, the feminine side looking inside of you, of your masculine energies, like, hey, don't act like this. Don't go crazy. Don't go aggravated. Don't go within this. Don't go within that. And this is going to be in a good way. But some people, with during those conflicts, they can create conflicts. So stay away from this, creating conflict with instead of creating, solving conflicts. And this is one of the lights is going to come and seize the shadows. So at 10 o'clock, that energy of this conflict is going to be really. So either going to have too much shadow cover over it and you're going to be agitated, aggravated, and so on. Or when the lights are shining, you may going to discover things that you never knew before it. And it's still going to get aggravated things. So be mindful because of this, because there is a one, two, three, four, five. There is the five positive aspects, two divine aspects at this time, and one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 11, 12, 19 red. So the red color usually is intense energies. So the ascendant is together with Mars in Leo. Midheaven, it is at 28 degrees, very close to the North Node in Jupiter. And this is going to be the time of test. This is usually when you put under pressure. So looking at that under pressure from within yourself, what are you going to trust the things that you saw, the conflict that you saw, or are you actually going to get everything and you're going to be doing the things that you need to do right and remain in balance with yourself? It's going to be hard to be staying in balance within those energies. Maybe something's going to throw you off. Maybe something's going to blow you off. Maybe something's going to trigger. Maybe someone is going to say something, and that it's going to be just all you need. But in those energies, it is about you to stay calm as much as possible. Okay, as much as it possible. So later on at 11 o'clock, things are pretty much the same for it. Just the only one difference is that instead of midheavens having a square with Venus, Lilith, and Mars right now, actually midheaven it's got only oppositions with the moon. That is going to be like you blowing up into the emotions. That is going to be looking at within all these intense energies. So be careful with this. This is could be triggers things towards this feminine emotions, towards the mother, towards all these energies that should not be right now in there. Communications could be interrupted at this point. Hi, Erica. Thank you for coming in. And this is going to be something about material stuff. If you have to fight for the material stuff, come on, give me a break. Go get your material stuffs in order. All right. If you have things on it, let the things to be settled down, because the fight for the material stuff, they're coming in from survival mode. While you should actually looking at in there how you can make lifestyle that you should not be in survival mode. So that is going to be additionally triggered with the ascendant. That is at 22 degrees of Leo. That's going to be squaring the moon and squaring Mercury, midheaven, and Uranus. You're going to be feel this intensified energy that rises up as the time you are working with it. And usually during those times, this could be additional too much from the past hour and too much this hour may blow up your fuses. All right. Next at noon, midheaven, it's going to be crossing pretty much over Gemini. It's still going to count as oppositions with the moon. But the ascendant walks into Virgo. That is this beautiful daily trine that we have towards the north node in Jupiter, and that is a triggers this angel wings that we have made up. Saturn is involved with all this right now, and looking at this positiveness, it is like, okay, we see the damage, let's heal. We see what's in the shadow, let's heal. We see what's going on, and let's triggers that. Some though, but they're if the people are stubborn, they're not seeing it this way. All they see is like, I'm gonna take the authority and I'm gonna teach this person. This is what the dangers of these energies. This is like I'm gonna do exactly what I did before to teach to learn this person that I need this from them, and they have to for it make a difference between boundaries in there and codependency needs. You have personal boundaries that someone can crossing, but don't mistake them as your codependency needs when there, because that codependency needs, it's going to be leading you for you to acting and to teach the person that how do you feel, but you hurting them. That has nothing good in that part. So instead of healing, you're making more damage. So at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, midheaven, it's at 13 degrees together with the sun in there. Usually that's what happens as a daily. You look inside of it, of this positions that it's very good. You taking that authority inside of you. You taking the authority to lead. You taking all these energies to lead. Ascendant, that it's at 15 degrees of Virgo, it's directly trined with the 17 degrees Mercury and Uranus that's there. Divine communications are in order. If you're healing, you're looking into the universe, you look at the situation, something goes wrong, you're sending the energies to air, give it up to God. You have these communications of healing, because that's the only way it will work. But if the stubbornness is still from within inside of you, that it's squaring the midheaven and the authority, it is squaring with Saturn. You are really pounding it in there. One of those people that that you've been living in, and you tell them, okay, I see what I need to do, and these people still, grinding it out. Yeah, it's your fault. Okay, I got it. It's your fault. You should also look this and this. It's like boiling you up and within there. Be mindful about this at the same time, because they're using their authority that they were right, and they're overusing it. That leads into abuse. You see what I'm saying? and that can trigger it from your inside. And it's like, you know what, you're gonna blow. So stay within this energy, specifically if you're at work. If there was something happen at work, if you did something where, stay away from this. People have issues within themselves. If you did war, like, it's your fault, you know what, but I'm here next to you. uh, let's look at it together. Let's look at it. I'm here and I can help you. That's what Virgo is. That energy is in there. That is this communications in there. Instead of grinding it out. Uh, Hi, Pallavi. Thank you for coming in. So later on at 2 o'clock, the ascendant goes at 27 degrees of Virgo. Things are calming down. In there, the moon and Venus and Neptune, they're still in this beautiful trine. The emotions are good. Ascendant that is at Virgo, it helps a lot because it's sextiling the moon. It is sextiling Venus, which is adding more beautiful to these connections. But there is a one more thing. The ascendant at Virgo, it is trining Uranus and it's trining Pluto, which is the universe. It's going to be getting involved with all this within your energies. You're like, okay, let the universe take care of everything because you're living everything. Let the universe heals everything. Let the things are being. I don't have to deal with this personally. The person's situations and so on. I allowing the universe to work personally within me and let the universe work in a personal whatever it is. It's just one of the best healings. But some of the people are not going to see that because the ascendant it is opposing Neptune, which is his divisions inside of you, and those visions are squaring with the midheaven. So if the people see that energy, they will probably work in it out. But right now, this midheaven that it's in Gemini, it is actually opposing these visions. It's like I don't see this. This is like the shadow comes over the lights, and you're like blindfolded. You don't see the things the way they are. And talking about these situations with Mars and Venus traveling and going through the same things pretty much within like day or two differences in there, that is kind of like triggers everything inside of you. Hi, Journey. Thank you for being here. And talking about the energy at 3 o'clock, the ascendant is going to go, but Libra, that is going to be a beautiful trines with the sun, a beautiful sextile with Mars, beautiful divine energies between ascendant and Saturn. Divine lessons about the masculine energies, about relationships. The right masculine will value more the relationships, will value more the situations for within compared to destroying the relationship within himself because of his own anger. And this is going to be a big battle for some of the masculine who are rising right now. And if you're a masculine that does that and it feels this and so on, you may feel like, you know what, screw all this. I'm going to go ahead, throw up the towel, end of these relationships, end of these connections, end of all this, end of all that debacles. I had enough. That's not the way because it's going to come back to you. It's going to come back. The way it is you to look at it, the divine perspective with Saturn, you learned. Maybe you did this in the past as a masculine energies. Now you're taking the different approach because Saturn is there to teach you. Saturn is the karmic ruler of life. He is in Pisces. He has his own mystery ways to teach you from within. And the ascendant that it's there, it shows up, hey, this is why you're doing it, to have this perfect, happy life relationship. This is why you're doing it, to have a good balance. This is why feminine, you're working on it to have this balance. But who's gonna disbalancing them? It's gonna be Lilith. Okay. So be careful if someone comes in and interrupting your things in there. This is like someone walks into the bubbles within the lovers. You know what I'm talking about, guys. Yeah, so that actually energy there at 4 o'clock is gonna be triggered first with Venus. Midheaven is in Cancer with 25 degrees. Venus it's 27 degrees. Lilith is already at 0 degrees. She's kind of like speeding up, her retrograde motion towards Venus. Kind of like, oh, well, I couldn't get Mars. Mars got divine masculine energies. I couldn't get into Mars to lurk him and be in all this. Wow, I'm gonna go get Venus. Okay, I'm gonna give her the apple. So this is gonna be a big test for some of you. Are you gonna take the apple in from the serpent? It's gonna be a temptations in this, but at this time it's kind of like a very good positions because of the moon. It's moving forward, and now when the moon moves forward exactly at this time, for it, we have this kite on the top, actually down in the bottom because it's all upside down in there. We have midheaven, Venus, and Lilith down there, and from there to the one point we have a Neptune and we have the moon, which is there in the beautiful trines in there. Okay, and right here on the top we have a Pluto, but Venus, midheaven, and Lilith are opposing Pluto. But through the kite, we have seen all this planning in there. So for some of you, the divine feminine, you're going to see this picture, and you will know, like, I'm not taking that apple. I know that the apple will happen. I'm not taking this advice. I'm not taking these energies. I'm not taking this road because that apple led us to all the troubles in the first place. So this is going to be a very powerful energy testing during this time. What is the temptations for the feminine? The temptations for the feminine, that is going to be like someone can comes in, it's like, yeah, I have this better person, or I have this better options, or I have this better job, I have this better situations, I have this things better. And this is the feminine kind of like, the separations within Adam and Eve, because Eve went to listen what the serpent had to say. That's what I'm talking about. That is the temptations in there within. It is like, are you listening to others, or are you listening yourself and your trust within your masculine power partner, not to let him behind? Because actually, Eve left Adam behind on that position. So there's a lot of this temptations. It's going on. The temptations could be in the form of best friends, best relative, or someone to kind of like tempt you. It's like, maybe Adam is not good for you. Maybe Adam is not this. Maybe Adam is that. Maybe Adam is weak. Maybe Adam is this and that. You only know inside of it. So this is a like the moment that Eve have to look at it into the God, into the divine within itself. And that's what this inner work is there. And this is going to be in the next few days. This is going to be triggered quite a bit. Okay. So talking about 5 o'clock, that 5 o'clock energy actually is going to be intensified because Adam is not happy with after he bite the apple, right? I mean, Adam have to follow his partner, okay, and trusting within his partner. So this is the apple of this, you know, situations that it is creating the issues in there. Because later on, Adam, what he says to God, well, the woman he gave me, she gave me this. So he's guilt tripping God. So kind of like I make him God guilty that God created Eve that way. While he should have looked at it inside of himself. Most of the divine masculine won't caught up that, but the right masculine, they're going to be looking at in that energies in there, because midheaven with Saturn will teach them that. But the wrong masculine energies, they're gonna be like, you listen this, you listen that, you listen this people, you listen to that people, and now you're blaming me. You're free to go, right? And that's what the separations will come to some of the relationships. Ascendant is the 3 degrees of Scorpio. That's gonna be really square both Venus and Mars at the same time. And now that midheaven is together with Mars, it's pushing down to that transformations there. But look at it, the ascendant at 3 degrees is in the south node. So basically, you're seeking within the past karma, within the past situations. They are opposing what the destiny is. What the destiny is the 3 degrees of Taurus. What is in the 3 degrees of Taurus? That is in the north node in Jupiter. And this is how Adam and Eve, they actually screw up the divine plan. Repeating situations, anyone? So, yeah, looking at on this, it's kind of like a very interesting. Tiffany, hi, thank you for coming in. Matthew, my brother, glad to see you here. And right now, the divine energies will test because every new age has its own Adam and Eve. Every new things has this divine shifts inside of it, and so on. And I've been dealing in it and researching it more and more within this energies to understand proper way of the divine partnerships, what it needs to be. It is what it is, guys. I mean, when you're given the task, you can't just back out. But talking about within this, the ascendant is a trine with Saturn, and this is the moment when things have to be with both. Eve to stop herself to take the apple, and Adam has to forgive that she even went to talk to temptations with the serpent, and they both have to go and look into the divine. So, yeah, that's how it goes. Relationships, guys. So at 6 o'clock, midheaven goes into a 24 degrees of Leo. This is going to be a beautiful time, but Mars is going to be arriving at the end of this Leo situations, because this is going to be triggering again these divine energies between Neptune and um, mm, with that power inside. I'm gonna be just adjusting here. I want to show you, look at something more within those energies. Yes. So actually, when we're approaching the 29th degrees, the 0 degrees of Virgo, Mars is gonna get these divine energies between Pluto and Neptune, healing of this toxic masculinity, of getting this divine energies. Later on, we're gonna have Venus is gonna go there, but Venus until gets there, she's gonna get the glimpse what she needs to do. Then she's gonna go back within her ego. It's like, oh, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that, and so on and so on. But then Venus is gonna be pushed back in there. So this is gonna be a very good relationship fix up situations where the Mars is on the lead as of moment, as of now. So with that being said, there, just think this. Uh, at 7 o'clock, midheaven is going to go into Virgo. You facing this ascendant energies there was before. Now you're getting this proper communications. Now you're getting into this universe talk healing in there. Ascendant is together with the moon at Scorpio. These emotions are going to be going in there within the feminine. This is going to be the very good healing feminine energies. Because what is family? The valuations about the family, the valuations with the right visions, and those visions leading into the shadow. But with some, there's going to be the light towards the shadow and do the work. From some, there's going to be a shadow that it's covering the light. This is the difference between being emotionally intelligent and emotionally blocked within you. Expressing your emotions and how you feel, and you're in the safety environment and the love and everything, it's providing for this caring feminine energies that the masculine has to provide for the feminine to feel good and safe. Okay, but if you look at it on the other side, in there, the masculine covers his emotions. Oh yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. But I'm looking you, like this. I'm good. You know, I'm good. Nothing happens. No. Mhm. Yeah, nothing happens. Really? That's what I'm talking about. That's going to be this energies. And when you look at it, this midheaven, it's squaring the sun, which is the authority, and the midheaven is squaring Saturn. You have not learned anything yet. This could be at the moments that you realize that now it's the time you to turn over. Now is the time you to look at it as a masculine. Your feminine side is like, you know what, baby, I think that you and I should talk and expressing this. This is how I feel. This is what it is going on within me. I don't know what is that all about. It could have been a damage from the previous connections. Could have been all this. I'm not within myself. I don't want to react in a bad way. I know that I'm taking this new path within me, but it is this leftover. I'm not able to see your part as a divine feminine masculine is going to be to shine the light in there and you see the shadow. Okay, because when you're talking to a person, the light comes in, but do you see your shadow behind you? No, you don't, but somebody else does. And that is going to be the beauty within the partnerships during tough times. That is the beauty in there. This is why those emotions within the feminine emotions in there, talking about this Neptune, Venus, and the moon trine, that is it, this beautiful power. It is visions to see, but not to create the backward case, you to be fighting. So at 8 o'clock, the ascendant goes into a to the Gemini and to Sagittarius at 8 degrees. That's going to be opposing the Sun at 12 degrees at Gemini. This is going to be kind of like a little preview of the full moon. Fighting, it's an order, of course. I mean, it's an oppositions, but throughout the oppositions, you can take and create a problem, or you can both, like two people when they are, eye to eye in there, they don't see certain things. But if the two people twist a little bit, they can point the lights in there, they can see each other's shadow and help each other. The power of duality between Sagittarius and Gemini. Twins. You know how the twins flames trigger each other? That's what I'm talking about. But they're able to see the shadow, what it's hidden in there. With some, they're not gonna like the shadow because the shadow it's opposing the moon, it's opposing Uranus and Mercury. But the midheaven, there is a very beautiful positions there at 27 degrees of Libra. That is a sextiling Venus. It's sextiling the moon. The moon is sextiling Pluto. Pluto sextiling Neptune. Beautiful energies. Midheaven, it's trining Neptune in its own way, and it's trining Uranus, putting the universe within this transformation process of this yin yang situation coming together. Yeah, it's going to be a beautiful time. So at 9 o'clock, midheaven goes into Libra. That is a putting positive energies within the masculine. Masculine understand. It's like my goal is the right relationships first within me and then within the family. I gotta have balance with divine, with me, with everyone. Um, if you're masculine energies and you're working on your masculine energies and you feel so heavy right now within all this, um, things gonna get better. Hold on in there. Just stay put within the track, stay in the road. It may be harder. If it's harder, go take a break, sleep, nap, go do something if you have to, but don't quit. That is the power of the warrior, not to quit during those times in there. And you're going to be seeing this part of why you're doing all this. Okay. The ascendant is at 21 degrees within Sag. There's going to be a divine energies there with Mercury and Uranus. You're going to find out later on after this full conflict that it's going to be with between the intuitions. Talking about this full moon, you're going to feel these energies of divine things within you about everything that it goes into the material world, and from the material world you to get doing the inspirations for art, which is that what Sag is. Some of the people, maybe they're gonna writing one of the best things, maybe they make decisions to create the best art, maybe we're talking about the best expressions they ever did in their life, but that is also the moment to express your feelings. That's what this is. And it's going to be beautiful if you catching those energies. They're going to be probably, we're talking about like within 48 hours from now. Uh, talking about 10 o'clock energies there, Pallavi, twin purification. They both want just to help each other. It's like Jupiter and the Saturn for. Actually, yes. If you are looking at them to these energies, that's how you grow. Through the learnings, you grow. Through the situations, you grow. It's your destiny to grow. And now Saturn sextile Jupiter, specifically within about this. This is a Earth, which is Taurus, in what's going on here on the Earth. It's going to be find its own way through the mystical learnings. It's not going to find out by you just sitting on a one spot. You have to dive deep within the mysteries. And Saturn, that right now is in Pisces in there, he's going to teach us in the mystery ways, mystery situations, mystery things inside of it. So this is a very good period of twin purifications. But the twin is first in you. You are your own twin. You are twinning your feminine and masculine energies within synchronizations within yourself first. Otherwise, how are you going to be synchronized with your counterpart? I don't see it. The feminine probably going to fight the feminine energies within your partner, and your masculine is going to fighting the masculine energies within your partner. And but when the things are purified, this purge that we've been going through and still going, purge. Yeah, I'm kind of like when I say this word or see this word, I'm just like on one side they're like I don't have enough, and the other side like come on, yeah. So Pallavi, if you were too feminine or too masculine, that's mean you're going from the one to another. What you need to do is say have those energies instead of shifting too rapidly to too much, because too much is too much. You have to look and coming in from the void. Let's say like this within your mind, within your spirit. Here's the masculine, here is the feminine. What you need to do is just you're doing this. You put your attentions from one to another. Why are you looking at like, hey, what just not you to come together with me so I can see you both? Try this. Balance. You get it. All right. So at 10 o'clock, midheaven is going to be at 29 degrees of Libra. There's going to be these divine visions, divine partnerships. Anyone? It's going to be there. Also, midheaven, it is a trine with Saturn. The Lornix is there. But with the people who not seen this, who's not getting into this, there's going to be this intensity because the 29 degrees of Libra, excuse me, is squaring 27 degrees and 29 degrees Lilith within Cancer. The same time, Pluto, it's 0 degrees, 08 minutes within Aquarius. In there, that's going to be also a square. And all these energies also is going to be affecting the North Node in Jupiter. So again, seeing all these energies. Pallavi, okay. Thank you for sending the updates. Yes, that's gonna be good. I love when people send me some feedbacks in there. And midheaven at 11 o'clock, that's gonna be focused in the shadow. What did you do today with your shadow? And the one side, that's gonna be the square with Mars and the opposing of Uranus and Mercury, those communications. Why did I did this? Why I go against the universe? What it was all this about it? The other side, that is going to be this beautiful trine in there with Saturn, a Saturn sextiling North Node in Jupiter. You actually did the right things. You confirmed the right situations. You had the right things to do, and you're reaching and walking towards your path of your destiny in there. Ascendant is at 20 degrees of Capricorn. That is going to be opposing Lilith and Venus, but that is the work for tomorrow because those it's going to overnight. They're going to be coming in there. They're going to be coming in together. They're going to be triggers to there, and overnight maybe some of you going to be feeling this intensified energies. Plus with the moon, it's going to begin to transitioning into Sag. Okay, you're going to feel this shift inside of it. So now if you guys have some questions, let me know. If not, let's share the love and the light, and I will see you later on at the main channel. I haven't picked up the topic yet, but could be something related to the shadows and the lights. I don't know. I gotta go meditate a little bit on that. All right, guys. Boy, that was a good report. That was a good shot and good report. I like this energy. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Hope that report will help you. And I will see you later on. Thanks, Dio. I have a topic. I'll send you a message. Good, Matthew. I would love to send me a message on a Facebook in there. I would love to. Yes. All right, guys. Be love.